Hello, Serge here from the Backyard Driving Range. Alright, we got a question that came in. And this one's titled the Sand Bunker. So it says, thanks for your videos, much appreciated. I'm not trying to be negative on your teaching the upright swing, but more asking for your comments. Matt Kuchar changed his swing to a really flat and behind swing, which to my understanding is complete opposite swing that you teach. This swing change completely saved and revived his career to the point that he became one of the best golfers in the world. Any comments? Many thanks and cheers. Okay, this was actually part of Evils of the Sacred Burial Ground of a daily. That was that title. All right, and so let me address this. Now, Matt Kuchar is without a doubt one of the best players in the world right now, and yes, he basically lost his game. I don't know if he lost his card or not. It might have been, because I think he went down and played on what was back then the Nationwide Tour or whatever it was called. It's changed names a few times. And if I recall, he spent something like 3 or 4 years to master this golf swing, and it's obvious he's mastered it. So my comment would be, look, it's obvious Matt Kuchar has phenomenal talents, just like Tiger Woods and most of the guys on the PGA Tour who have rotational swings, or some of them used to do stack and tilt swings, and they got a lot of movements, and they got the club, the monster turns, the club's back here real heavy. We got some with their left hand, their right hand is arched like crazy coming through the ball, and everything else, and so based on peak performance compared to what they're doing is basically night and day, right and left, that side of the street, and we're on that side of the street. Yes, you can play great golf with all those swings, but the thing to look at is the two major issues we have to look at here is number one, every bit that defies gravity, and anything that's not vertical is defying gravity, and it's defying your anatomical design. Because when God created the world and gravity is the number one law in it, we know that if I hold anything up and I let go, it's going to fall. All right, that's obvious. All right, and so we know that a lighter club falls straight down. So swing up and down makes it easier to go back up. Starting to make a big turn and go around and swinging flatter and getting the club laid off is more difficult to do, but it is doable. All right, but just remember, it takes a lot more practice to learn it. It takes a lot more practice to remember it. And not only because it's defying physics, but it's also defying the way your body's designed to move, because God created our bodies to move in harmony with physics. All right, and so everything in a peak performance swing is based 100% on blending physics and physiology together. Now, we can't do the perfect physics because we have to stand beside the ball and we're swinging on a diagonal plane, but we're swinging on the most vertical, and I say peak performance is swinging on a maximum vertical incline plane for one's posture and ability. Okay, so Matt Kuchar is extraordinarily flat. He actually comes and collapses his arms back here. They actually collapse. He gets into a really tight V. His elbow's close here. He comes out. His arms straighten out at impact. He does get straight out impact, and he goes flat, straightened out, and then he turns and goes flat on this side. All right, but he's doing it really well. He's like at the top 5 in the world right now. I can't argue that. The only thing I can comment is say that based on physics and physiology, he, number one, has a high degree of error swing and a high degree of stress swing. All right, and eventually, if you with those two forces working against you, degree of error, as you increase error, you decrease success. And so, and as you increase error in a swing that's stressful on the body, you're now putting the body under tremendous stress, so you've got a higher probability of injuring yourself, wear and tear on your body, straining muscles and tendons and ligaments, and are actually tearing them and hurting them, or other things in your spine and everything else. So you got the error and you got the stress. Those are two powerful forces working against you. And what have you always heard me say about golf? Golf is a game of misses. He who misses best wins. All right, plays better. And so when you have those two forces of more error and more stress working against you, and more error means in your swing, your shots are going to have more error in them. They're going to be poorer hits, more offline, more towards trouble, more getting into trouble. So you're going to be overall putting yourself in places it's going to be more difficult to get the ball up and down and make pars, and if not even to the points of hitting penalties, getting shots where you got to take penalties, whether it be unplayable lies or penalties from hitting balls in water hazards or whatever. And so, but when you're on, they're on. There's no doubt about it. But they got to practice more to learn it. They got to practice more to remember it. And now more practice is adding on to that stress and strain. So yes, Matt Kuchar, phenomenal player, plays great. And I think this year he won at least twice. And so he's having a great season. And he's come back from nowhere to somewhere and being one of the greatest players in the world. So I can't say anything. I can't say anything bad about that, because I mean, he's there. I mean, he's one of the top-fledged golfers everywhere they go. He's featured as one of the players to watch. So, but the only thing I can say is what I know about peak performance and what I know about those swings, and I think that a chance for longevity is greater with anybody who has a peak performance swing, longevity of career and playing golf with less stress and strain, less pain, less potential of physical problems, and their misses are going to be a lot better. But as long as a guy can hold it together, can practice enough and hold it together and hit enough quality shots, and has a total round, well-rounded game like Matt Kuchar has a great short game, and he is an awesome putter. All right, and so those things can make up for a lot of poor shots that stay in play and give you a chance to get it up and down. And so I can't say anything more than congratulations, Matt. You figured something out and you're making it work, and good luck. And I mean, I've known Matt for years. DJ played against him in college. He's a really nice man, great young man, and he's very polite. Every time we see each other, he always says hello to me, and I can't say enough about him as being a gentleman, a young man, a great father, and a great PGA player, professional, and a great tribute and a great person as a PGA professional out there on tour day in and day out. So he figured something out, and it's working for him, and God bless him, and I just hope he keeps playing good, because it's good for him and it's good for golf. But I still have to stand here and say, I worry for him, and I hope he's not going to end up in any physical issues, because that is a very stressful golf swing on the body, and as well as a lot of other ones. Tiger Woods is paying the penalty with all the injuries he's had with his left knee, and we know that now he has problems with his neck and shoulders as well as his back and everything else. So this stuff adds up, and at some point it can reach a point where even the greatest conditioned players in the world, and Tiger's is one of the most physically fit and most supple guys in the world, and he's got all these physical issues, this stuff can come up and bite you. And the peak performance swing, without a doubt, is the body-friendly golf swing. So if you really want longevity, you want to have the least margin of error golf swing, which is going to give you the best misses and have the least stress and strain on your body, and have the overall potential for playing for longevity and playing without pain, stress, strain, tension, stress, strain, and pain. It's the peak performance golf swing. So I have to congratulate all of those guys who got the rotational swings and everything else, that are playing great golf, making a lot of money out on tour, and there's plenty of them in the amateur ranks playing at their clubs and doing well. But most of those guys, if you really talk to them and you check out with them, they got a lot of physical issues, and they're worried about the length of their careers. Peak performance is going to alleviate almost all of that if they stay with the peak performance swing, as well as tighten up their margins of error, because he who misses best wins. All right? Better misses you have, the better you stay in play, the better you're going to shoot, your ball stays in play, the better chance you got to be shooting lower scores. That's what it's all about. So yes, Matt Kuchar changed his swing to a very flat rotational golf swing, and it saved his career. Hopefully he's going to have a long career. Wish him the best. But as you all know and realize, peak performance is the answer, is the body-friendly golf swing for longevity, better misses, and shooting lower scores. That's it for the Surge for today, and I'll be talking with you all again soon.